Now, Energy Week is kicking off on the 25th of this month as part of the EU Sustainable Energy Week. Now, it's organised by the Environment and Climate Action Section and Tipperary Energy Agency. Marion O'Neill is SEO, Environment and Climate Action, and joins me now by phone. Marion, good morning to you.
Fran, good morning. How are you? Thank you very much.
You're very welcome indeed. Am I correct in saying that Energy Week kicks off on the 25th?
Yeah, that's correct. We have a number of events organised even with yourselves and Tipperary Energy Agency. But the main event we want to highlight today is the Blooming Energy Trees of Ideas. And what that is, we're going to invite all the primary school children across Tipperary to submit their ideas about energy tips. And we'll be distributing 2,000 little pre-printed energy leaves to all the schools. And also schools can, if they want to design their own energy leaf, they're welcome. And when we invite them then to return those tips and ideas to us. And in our libraries, we're going to place wooden trees and put all the energy tips on display. And that's what we call it, the Blooming Energy Trees of Ideas. So we'll have a lot of ideas coming back. And members of the public can go in and at their leisure and read all the tips our young people will have submitted to our libraries. Our Cathaoirleach, Maria Murphy, will be launching it in Cashel Library on the 27th of the 10th. We'll have prizes from every library. There are 7 libraries participating in this campaign with us across the county, and we're grateful for the services of the libraries to help us in this area. So it's a very exciting,
isn't it?
For the primary children, yeah.
Very, very different as well. I know that you're going to look to the households, and of course, you know, we're all talking about the increase in energy costs and that, and you'll be giving us some advice through podcasts, I believe. Is that just correct?
Well, the second initiative we're looking at, my colleague Liam Ryan, who's the architect in our housing section.
Wonderful architect.
Excellent, we were shortlisted for an award recently. Liam his podcast will be all about energy tips. And as you know, energy is very topical at the moment. Our costs are going up. And with the electrification, our unit costs will be going up. So he's going to give tips how each household can look at maybe have their serviced their boiler recently, the opportunity for people maybe new lights, upgrade them to LED, look at their utility bill especially, like people need to get familiar with their utility bills. How many units are they consuming? Could they make small changes maybe in their household, turn off lights, turn off appliances, look at small changes. And I suppose Energy Week is to focus people's minds around their energy usage and consumption. And our second podcast will be from Edel McCarthy, and she's with Electricity Super Homes. And they will look at give us guidelines on how people could go and retrofit their houses. Now, there is a cost obviously there, and people can kind of look at the options that are available. Now, there are grants available as well under SEI, and it's not just households. There's clubs. I mean, some clubs actually updated their LED lights on their training pitches, and you know it saves significant monies. And so we have some very successful case studies there, which are kind of published on our sustainable Tipp website, which TEA manage, and there's excellent case studies there telling how communities, the offices, businesses, households looked at how they transitioned their energy usage to be more efficient. And I know there's investment there as well, but the payback, that is good on these as well.
Very good. And your podcast, do you go into the detail about how people could maybe avail of grants?
Yeah, at the moment on the Sustainable Tipp website, on the SEI website, people can navigate through those and look at grants that are available and just have a look and see. I mean, there's some variations there in terms of different grants. There are grants there for people who have maybe underlying medical conditions that maybe might be able to avail of a higher grant than, say, ordinary households. So there are so many variations, but people should go to those websites and familiarise themselves. And also Tipperary Energy Agency have experts available that will give guidelines to people as well on it.
Very good indeed. And just give us that website again that people can go to.
Sustainabletip.ie.
Right.
On our own website, there will be on the Tipperary Code website, there will be links to those. And we'll be putting that information on our website this week. And Sustainable Tip is the website. There would be a lot of information on that website
Very
for
good.
people.
What are you finding from young people? Do they want to embrace this, Marion?
Well, we ran a pilot project with Ballingarry Secondary School there pre-COVID, and with the transition year programme, Tipperary Energy Agency, Sheena Daly, did a 6-week training programme with the transition year students, where they went into the boiler room and they ran competitions then within the school with the other classes about raising energy awareness. And the feedback we got from the schools there was very positive, so much so that the school was actually considering installing solar PV on their roofs to kind of generate their own power. But it would be very welcome if we would have liked to have extended that programme to other schools across the county on the provision if we were able to get extra funding. And I suppose with COVID we were restricted, but it is a programme we would like to do maybe with transition year students going forward. They would work, maybe spend a 6 to 8 week programme working with ourselves on it. And actually as well, it kind of gave transition year students kind of career options in the energy area. Technology University now, which was formerly LIT, they run excellent courses around energy. So there are great opportunities in the career area for students that would be interested in that area. And I suppose by doing that transition year programme, we kind of gave students a feel for what kind of work and skill sets. I know actually energy would cover a whole lot of wide skill sets, behavioural, engineering, scientific, and it's a coming area as well for career opportunities.
Funnily enough, and it's a little bit of an aside, but I'd be interested in your opinion on it, is that I'm intrigued that a lot of the new schools being built aren't powered by solar energy and the like as well. You know, is that not a bit of a sort of a shot in our own foot by not doing that?
Well, I suppose the factor had been a cost, but we're all moving towards kind of making our infrastructure greener. I probably wouldn't specifically be able to comment as the Department of Education, but Tipperary Energy Agency, we're Tipperary County Council, we have 15 buildings have solar panels installed on them. Even our landfills have solar installations. So it is moving in that direction. And I suppose the cost and the payback, I suppose if there was kind of more incentives there for schools to put those. They don't have to be on the roofs either. They can be kind of ground mounted as well. They're ground mounted on our leisure centre, and I suppose it is the cost and the plan to put it together. And there are moves afoot in the different, through the different energy agencies to help schools and clubs move in that direction. You know, but it takes a bit of planning. But
of course, but it's more expensive to retrofit. It might be better to do it in the first place, I suppose. But as you say, cost has to be taken into account. But it also give an example to the young people to bring home and say, look at what we're doing in school, and this works very well, you know. Yeah,
well, I think the project initiative we undertook in Ballingarry Secondary School gave a very kind of good outcomes to us, and we would certainly like to develop that concept further. I think we're one of the first collaborations between the local authority and the energy agency to undertake something like that. But I definitely think of schools as if it was mainstreamed as a transition year programme, it would be a very interesting programme, very practical as well, and the benefits and outcomes in terms of education for our children, in terms of career prospects, in terms of energy savings for the school, because these are costs that are just going up every year now, as we see at the moment.
All right, Marion, really good to talk to you today. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Fran.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You too. Marion O'Neill there, SEO in Environment and Climate Action.